Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another horrible case with you. On April 7th, 1993, millions of people mourned the death of the dream girl Divya Bharti, who passed away at the age of only 19. When this news became known, everyone was shocked. Her death remains a mystery to this day. In Indian cinema, there have been many mysteries that even Indian cinema itself couldn't solve, and among them is the mystery of Divya Bharti's death. An actress who always kept herself happy and made others laugh, one day became so silent that her death became a mystery. Divya Bharti came into films so that she wouldn't have to study anymore, as she was never interested in studying. After her first movie, Babli Raja, which broke many records, after that she was flooded with film offers. Her film career lasted only 3 years. However, when Divya Bharti entered Indian cinema, she was called a copy of Sri Devi because her appearance was quite similar to Sri Devi's, and at that time, Sri Devi was a top actress. In her first year of her career, Divya Bharti had acted in 10 films, which is a significant record in itself. In total, she acted in 14 films, and 3 of them were released after her death. She had worked in almost more than 80% of all these films. Besides, Divya Bharti also acted in 6 South Indian movies, and she had worked in a total of 20 movies. Not only that, even when she passed away, she had signed contracts for 12 upcoming movies. Once, Divya Bharti was shooting a movie with the famous actor Govinda. During that time, Govinda introduced Divya Bharti to Sajid Nadiadwala. After this, Sajid Nadiadwala and Divya Bharti started getting close to each other, and they fell in love. Afterwards, they got married on May 10, 1992. This marriage was very private, and very few people attended it. This marriage was done in Islamic way, and Divya Bharti had embraced Islam. These two got married, but the marriage was kept hidden from the world because Divya Bharti's career was at its peak at that time, and she was afraid that if news of her marriage spread in the industry, her career might be ruined. Because it used to be that before marriage, an actress would have more fan following, and after marriage, their fan following would slowly start decreasing. Therefore, Divya Bharti and Sajid Nadiadwala decided that they would tell people about their marriage after some time. However, it is also said that Divya Bharti did not want to hide her marriage from people, but she did not tell anyone about it on the insistence of her husband, Sajid Nadiadwala. After this, Sajid Nadiadwala buys a flat for Divya Bharti in Mumbai. In this flat, Divya Bharti used to live alone, and occasionally her brother Kunal Bharti would come to visit her. After her death, it also came to light that the flat in which Divya Bharti used to live was neither in Divya Bharti's name nor in Sajid Nadiadwala's name. It was in someone else's name. The apartment where Divya Bharti used to live was named Tulsi Apartment, and she lived on the 5th floor. Her flat there was a 3 BHK. On April 5th, Divya Bharti was shooting in Hyderabad. After finishing the shoot that day, she returned to Mumbai in the afternoon. During the shoot, she also got a slight injury on her leg. After this incident, she bought another flat in Mumbai, and she was even happier after buying this flat. She told her brother about this flat. Divya Bharti told her brother Kunal Bharti that now the whole family will live together in one place. All these things were happened on April 5th. She was supposed to go somewhere for shooting the next day, April 6th, but due to her leg injury, she could not go for the shoot and had convinced the producer to postpone the shoot for a day. On April 5th, 1993, on the same day, Divya Bharti's friend Nita Lula, who was also her dress designer, receives a call and tells her that she needs to talk to her about the upcoming movie Andolan. Divya Bharti asks her to come to her house because she had injured her foot and couldn't go out. Around 9 o'clock at night, Nita Lola and her husband Shyam Lola both go to Divya Bharti's flat to meet her. That day, only Divya Bharti and her maid Amrita were present at home. After that, Nita Lola and Shyam sit in the drawing room with Divya Bharti, discussing the dress. There were a total of 4 people inside the house: Divya Bharti, her maid Nita Lola, and Shyam Lola. Nita Lola, her husband Shyam, and Divya Bharti were all having a discussion together, and they were also drinking. Divya Bharti was drinking rum that day, while Nita Lola and Shyam Lola were drinking scotch. The maid was preparing snacks in the kitchen, so eating, drinking, and conversation were all happening simultaneously. So on the 5th floor of the Tulsi apartment, 4 people were present, 3 were drinking, and 1 maid was preparing snacks. Divya Bharti repeatedly called her maid and asked for snacks. She even went to the kitchen herself 2 or 3 times to get snacks. All of them leave around 11 o'clock at night. Now, all 3 of them had drunk a lot, especially Divya Bharti, who had drunk a bit too much. After that, Divya Bharti goes to the kitchen. In this Tulsi apartment, there was only one window near the kitchen where there was no iron grill. When Divya Bharti goes to the kitchen, she sits with her back towards the kitchen window and her face towards the inside. The wall on which Divya Bharti was sitting was 12 inches wide. As we told you, Divya Bharti had consumed a lot of alcohol that night, which caused her balance to deteriorate, leading her to fall from the window. Before moving forward, quickly subscribe to the channel. This is strange. You haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Quickly subscribe to it. The area where she fell was the parking lot, but there were no cars parked there that night, which is why she hit the ground directly. When Divya Bharti fell from the window, the maid screamed loudly. During this time, Nita and her husband Shyam were watching TV in the living room, although before this, Divya Bharti had gone to the kitchen several times to get something and had returned, but this time she did not come back. According to the maid, it took 3 minutes for the entire incident to occur. Moreover, there was no car present in the parking area. If there had been a car parked there, perhaps she would have suffered fewer injuries, and her life would have been saved. After Divya Bharti fell downstairs, she was still breathing, so she was quickly taken to the nearby Cooper Hospital. After examining Divya Bharti, the doctor declared her dead, which shocked Nita Lola and her husband Shyam Lola. The news of Divya Bharti's death slowly spread throughout India. At first, no one believed that Divya Bharti was no longer among them. Then, the news of Divya Bharti's death was broadcast on every TV channel, and people finally believed that Divya Bharti had actually died. After that, a police team interrogated everyone present in the house, and even those who were present inside the house were questioned rigorously. And a few days later, the post-mortem report also came out, stating that the cause of death was the impact of hitting the ground. The police interrogated many people during their investigation, but they did not find any evidence. In the end, the police decided that it was an accident and closed the case. After that, some theories emerged. Divya Bharti's husband, Sajid Nadiadwala, had some relations with the underworld, which may have led Divya Bharti into depression, and she took this step. Another theory is that Sajid Nadiadwala's parents did not like Divya Bharti because she was much younger and did not match their status. This was also said by Divya Bharti's parents sometime later, but there was no solid evidence to support this claim. After that, the third theory emerges that it was a murder. After this, the police thoroughly examined all the evidence and investigated every aspect of the case, but they did not find any concrete evidence that it was a murder, so the case was closed after some time. Divya Bharti's death occurred on April 5, 1993, and on April 7, 1993, her body was handed over to her family. Her final rites were also performed on the same day. At that time, almost half of Mumbai had come to see her final rites because a very bright star had set today, who had started her career at the age of 16 and got married at the age of 18 and died at the age of 19. So this is the end of today's video, but we have created several more videos that you can watch by clicking on your screen. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Thank you.